Good morning, everyone. My name is Kerry Vincent, and I'm out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And I want to welcome you to my channel, Testimonies and Conversations with God. Um, so, this is really, I've made a lot of videos and I've just really fretted over everything. And last night, I had a revelation last night. I just can't tell you um, the. So, last night, and some things have been bothering me lately. My own personal life is a mess. Hey, you're not the only one. And you live in fear sometimes because your life is not as you would like it to be. Many different things. And I so I sat down last night. It's just I'm just at one of those spots, and honestly, you pull out your phone and you start zipping through the Facebook folders, the reels and stuff, and a couple people that I follow, so their videos were showing up, and these last couple days, there's been honestly, um, if you look at any ministerial, um, religious videos. If you're following some of these ministers that post a lot, then you kind there's times when I get the worst stuff you can get, and then last night it was like an alignment of all the stars, and these videos kept popping up, about end times and prophecy, and you know um, some things came. Boy, they came crystal clear. And some things, yes, unfortunately, God left them in a mystery. That's just how He chose to do it. But there was something that came, and this is so I don't know if Lisa's ever going to listen to this, but my sister-in-law Lisa Vincent, she lives down in Nashville now, and I was visiting one weekend when I was there, and we were having a conversation, and we were talking about immigration and the borders and all this stuff, and um, that we were dealing with under Biden, right? And Trump was all against it, and the wall, and all these things, and she had said something that is, and because I'm gonna tell you folks, I'm coming to you from your side of this conversation as the not the most knowledgeable Bible guy, okay, and not the guy who's been. I've never preached. I don't think I'll ever. God will probably never let me preach. Um, and I've not lived the best life. Okay, I'm telling. I'll be honest with you, and um, and honestly, because my brother some years ago, him and Ben and Lisa came here, and they took me to church, or they went to see a friend of theirs who was a pastor, and I went, and I started going back to church then. And my girls were, I don't know, 6 months old, I guess, something like that, and so it's been a solid 9 years. I started going back to Grace Point Church here in Cincinnati, and with Pastor David Bryan at the time, and he's a good friend of my brother's, and my brother's passed. So I'm talking to Lisa, and she said something, and sometimes based on the day you're in, you can you can misunderstand the Bible, but I guess that's just how it's written, right? And we're human, right? Because we can only make so much sense of the things that we have in front of us. And I'm sorry that my teeth are bad. I'm trying to get some stuff done, but I'm human, and money's an issue, right? I mean, fixing teeth ain't. A feeling's one thing, but boy, and them crowns and all that stuff, right? Um, so we were talking about this, and my her not but Lisa's knowledge, of the Bible is just way beyond mine. Okay, I'm gonna give the woman credit. And she wasn't schooling me on anything, right? She wasn't schooling me. We were having a conversation, and it's one of those things when you talk to someone who goes to church and is serious about it, and they'll bring up scripture. Um, and unfortunately, a lot of people think, oh, if they're quoting scripture, they're putting you down. No, we were having a conversation, and she said, that's in the Bible, and that these people will come into your land, and you won't be able to buy anything. They're going to take your land from you, and she was just paraphrasing, which is okay. Jesus paraphrased things. um and so you kind of, honestly, in the sense of your mind, you kind of think, well, this is with the people coming from the southern border from Mexico. Oh my God, we're gonna be taken over by Latinos. And I'm 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 looking last night, and I'd been seeing some of these videos over the last few weeks, but they seem to show up more prominently. And last night, these videos started coming together, and they were linking. The videos were not referencing the other video. The videos, without saying anything about other videos, they all formed a chain. And you know you start looking around and go, oh my God, why could I never see what's right in front of me? Okay, why have I not heard what I've been being told for a long time? Because I just chose. I don't know, the right person, the right time. I don't really know, and it's okay because we don't know. But um right now you have Mandani, who's trying to become the mayor of New York. And there's a video that he's a Muslim, but he lies. Oh my God, this guy lies so bad. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not trying to I'm not prophesizing. I'm just, when you just know something's going to happen. This guy's going to be your mayor, right? And the first thing he's gonna do, and it's on video happening, is he's going to look at you and go, leave. He wants to run the billionaires out. So um, this video, let me just say this: what this is referencing is being taken over by Islam. Okay, I was watching a video from Florida. And the thing is that if you actually sit and look at some of this, it's right there in front of you. You just have to want to see it. You have to be open and honest and say, oh my God, because a lot of times the left will, no, 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 no. You're not open. You're racist. You're this. I mean, the first thing is if you're a Republican, you're racist. Um, but I saw a video, and on Facebook Reels, it's hard to save and whatever. So what they're doing in Florida is, when the churches when so we have churches that close because it's a process of life that a church will age out. And at some point they go, well, there's no money. The church is dwindling, seniors are dying, and we're not getting youth in. So they say, well, there's fundamentally we just can't maintain the church, so they put it up for sale. The Muslims are buying this stuff, and they're turning them into churches, and now they're starting their own public schools. So what they're doing is they're keeping their kids going to these Muslim schools, and then any white person or any other person, now they're indoctrinating these kids. Okay, and there's no American flag. You can kiss that flag. They done maybe they didn't burn it. Oh my God, because we hate it when they burn it, but maybe they did a worse thing, and they just folded it up and put it away. That's the truth. We look at Minnesota, and I always missay her name, Ilya, whatever she is, right? This, I have hatred, and I have hatred for this woman. Um, I'm sorry, it's hard. It is hard. Let me tell you, I've had to forgive some people, but this woman, I struggle, and this is going to be one of them things that God forgive them, for they know not what they do. Well, that's how it is sometimes in life, and so I'm going to struggle with this until the end of my life. You know, um, but we have the Muslim community, and now you have mayors in these cities. If you watch, they had a thing for an election coming up, and the in London, because London's got a Muslim mayor, and he sat there, and the thing is another guy said the same, mayor in um, Michigan, not Birmingham, maybe it was Birmingham. Um, there was a council member, and they said, "I'm gonna celebrate because you're racist and you're an Islamophobe, and I'm gonna celebrate when you leave this city." Like, man, but if I say that, then that's Islamophobe. I'm a racist now, but it's okay to say that against us. And so, as this guy in London, there was a guy who said, "Hey, I can't say anything. You guys are censoring me." And the guy, he just gave him the same speech. "You are the problem, and when you leave, I'm going to celebrate you publicly. I'm going to celebrate you." And now you have Mandani, whatever his name is, mm, Mandani in New York, and he's probably going to be elected. And if you think about this, so this is I'm watching something that said, if you have Mandani in New York, you will have Muslim leaders in into the two biggest financial cities in the world, London and New York. Okay, and you think about all of what happens through New York that you may not realize. And I'm listening to these videos, and I'm sitting here, and then there's another video talking about how when uh, forgive me, but it's uh, when Islam, when the Muslims came and invaded, they started moving west, and they took over everything. And so what they were saying is that there was a thing that the Jews had to wear, and then the non-Jews, they came up with the design of belts so that you could distinguish visually who they were. They had to walk on the other side of the street that you were on. So if they had to bounce back and forth to walk between Muslims, that's what they had to do. You have to pay a tax. Okay. They tax you just to live. Okay. Um, and, and so here's, let me pull this over here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to edit this video. Um, so this is in Deuteronomy. So I had to look. Sorry, I'm just being honest. I had to look this up and find out where this is in the Bible. And this is what it says: Deuteronomy 43 to 53. Foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours. That is happening right now at a bigger rate than you could ever imagine. They will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. Okay? In the end, they will be your rulers. Okay? And so all these disasters will come on you, and they will be with you until you are destroyed. Okay? It doesn't say your death, but it says destroyed. Be, how's that going to happen? Because yeah, killing you is legal then at that point, because guess what? They own you. Um, and they will be with you until you are destroyed, because you did not obey the Lord your God and keep the laws that he gave you. Okay? Now, for those of you who are Christians, you're scared. You're scared. You're scared for everybody, and you're sitting there going, "Oh my God, this is horrific. How could this?" Well, now you understand how this can happen. Um, and this is the future. This is the. I mean, I'm telling you, buddy. I mean, I don't know. You could kind of say that God came yesterday, and you just don't know it. You missed it, and now look around. Look around. They will be the evidence of God's judgment on you and your descendants forever. The Lord bless you in every way, but you would not serve him with glad and joyful hearts. So then you will serve the enemies that the Lord is going to send against you. You'll be hungry, thirsty, and naked, and in need of everything. The Lord will oppress you harshly until you are destroyed. The Lord will bring against you a nation from the ends of the earth, a nation whose language you do not know. They will swoop down on you like an eagle. They will be ruthless and show no mercy to anyone, young or old. They will eat your livestock and your crops, and you will starve to death. They will not leave you any grain, wine, olive oil, cattle, sheep, and you will die. They will attack everyone in town and the land that the Lord your God is giving you in the high. Okay, that's where it cuts off. Okay, in the high forfeited, the walls in which you trust will fail. When your enemies are besieging your towns, you will become so desperate for food that you will even eat the children that the Lord your God has given you. Ladies and gentlemen, this video has to end. I can't go forever. I'm not your pastor. I'm not your minister. But I've had these little baby visions here over the last two couple of years, and I'm determining that at this point is when I have to stand up and be the man I've never been, better than I've ever been. This is where I have to speak out. And you say that with Charlie Kirk being shot, many things, but it's all one. It's all one, people. It's all one. And it's the end times, and it's more end times than you've ever thought about end times. And if it doesn't scare you, then you're hard. Your heart's hard. But I want to challenge you to come back and say I'm wrong and make me apologize that no, the Muslims are not lying to get into America. They're not lying when they're saying, "Oh, we're for all of you. We're gonna make you're we want you to have the best life." No, 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 no. They want to bring their friends in, and their friends and their friends, and so you're not going to trust the friend. You're not going to trust the people that are in, because they have a hard accent. But it's the kids who have been in the States for 10 years. They came in their teens, and they speak English just like you. Man, Donnie speaks perfect English. I can't. I don't know where he's from when I listen. I don't know. Um, so think, think. Just take a minute. God has not came and taken His people as of this moment. I haven't heard of any major accidents from people being pulled out of their cars while driving and gone up. There's time, and I'm going to tell you something. This book right here. Um, Forgive me if I cry for a minute. I've read this Bible more this year than I've ever read. I sat down a week or two ago. Now, last week I sat down for, I don't know, a couple hours, and I just read and I read and I read. And you want to know who gave this Bible to me? Right here. Ben and Lisa Vincent. My brother did. Okay, my brother passed away a couple years ago. I don't remember when they gave this to me. 2002, they gave this to me. Don't you? This Bible's here for a reason. It's here for a reason. And right now, you need to go pull out that old Bible that you got somewhere that your grandma had. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Because there's going to be a day, and I pray I'm on the other side. I pray my family's on the other side of this. And there's going to be a day you're going to find that Bible, and it's just going to be empty. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But Lisa, thank you. Thank you. This Bible sat empty for many years. And I slowly started reading over the last few years, and in these last few months, I've tried to read, and I mark, I just mark Bibles. Bibles don't last forever. They're made to be ripped up because you've just ripped burnt those pages up reading, and you got to get a new one. It's okay. When that Bible's falling all apart, you go get a new one. But you know what? That Bible written 500 years ago has the same power as the Bible that you just bought at the store. That little bitty Bible that I've seen Bibles 2 inches. Please, please find yourself a good church. Get a pastor that's going to preach the truth. I'm telling you, if you the day of Pentecost, there's a reason that people call the religion apostolic and Pentecostal, which are the same. Please, please, guys, please. This never been more important. It's never been more important. All right. So hopefully you give me a like and subscribe. I'm saying at the end, and I've rambled on 23 minutes on a 5 minute video. I'm gonna try and put some links in this video. So hopefully you're gonna subscribe. I challenge some good. I want some good ministers. You want to sit down and do a podcast? I'll do a podcast whenever I have the ability. I will. Please, please don't don't let this go. It's not worth it at all. Your kids. Think of your kids. Do you want your kids burning in hell with you? We just so thank you. Sorry. You have a wonderful day.